Hey, In Love and Out of Time. At least I think I'm getting the name correctly. Hold on, I'm really bad for In Love and Out of Time. All right, I do have it right. I was just watching your video about boundaries and stuff, and just, I guess, kind of my own 2 cents worth. Um, the way that it kind of oh, actually, first of all, let's get priorities right. Congratulations on your engagement and congratulations on getting married. That's really cool. But yeah, my thoughts are all kind of everywhere. I don't, the way he said it to you, like, well, when we were friends, I wanted, or, when we hung out it's almost, when we hung out all the time, I wanted to get the nerve to ask you out and I couldn't. Um, it's a hard call because I've been through that, and I've had people tell me after the fact that they are interested, and I mean, it depends on the situation. The way he was saying it didn't appear as though he was hitting on you now. I think he was just comfortable enough to tell you, well, back when this is how I felt. Um, I don't think that it made your friendship a fake because, I mean, obviously he had respect for you. Um, I think the fact that he was nervous about asking you out, that he felt this way, and he was nervous about asking you out, probably in a weird way did show a bit of respect. And I wouldn't look at the friendship. I don't think it diminishes the friendship. I think in any person that you're interested in, well, most people. I mean, it depends on the person, right? But I think most of the time when you're interested in somebody, a friendship is part of that. My husband and I actually were friends first, before, and then, progressively we realized we had feelings for each other. And it was kind of an interesting story in itself. But, yeah, so I wouldn't look at it as feeling violated, or, I mean, if he'd done something that was really inappropriate, you know, I mean, that's different. I mean, him putting his feet on your legs, well, it's, to me, that's just goofing around. It's not quite, I mean, everybody has their own boundaries, though, too. So, generalizing what somebody's boundaries are, you can't really do that. To me, that's just kind of, goofing around. Um, so, yeah, I wouldn't look at it as, because it's almost like you feel really violated. Um, and I personally wouldn't look at it as that, I'm hoping that the fact that this guy's getting married, it could, what it also could be? It also could be, he's found somebody that he's in love with, and that, he's getting married. So, he's kind of telling you casually, yeah, well, yeah, I want, when we were hanging out all the time, I wanted to ask you out. And it could be, I'm being devil's advocate here, but it could be that he was just comfortable enough now because, he's found somebody else that he does love and he does want to marry and spend the rest of his life with. So he's comfortable enough to say, oh, by the way, when we were, I was really interested in you. So, if he were phoning you and saying, if it was a different situation and he was phoning you and saying, I still have feelings for you, and, I've still, I'm trying to get up the courage to ask you out, that would be inappropriate. With you getting married and him getting married, that would be inappropriate. But the way that he seemed to come across as past tense, and I really have to stress that that the friendship wasn't just a fraud. I think it was, and to me it sounded like a legitimate friendship, that he had feelings on top of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean, he was looking at you with, some of the times he was looking at you with feelings of interest. But it doesn't necessarily mean it was scuzzy. It doesn't, necessarily mean, it's hard to, I mean, everybody's different, so it's hard to, pinpoint what exactly the person was thinking. But, to me, it sounded, that, he's telling you now because he's comfortable, because he does have somebody, so, that's just kind of my personal take on it. I don't know if that made sense, but, I mean, people go through, people go through that. And the other thing too, the other thing I wanted to bring up as a friendship is, because you were mentioning the fact that, people say to go for it, and you're saying don't go for it because it completely messes it up. You can't really generalize that, because I think sometimes, one person will approach the other person and the other person doesn't feel that way. But then you also have situations, and this was a situation my husband and I were in, that we were friends first. And I'm honestly trying to figure out, it was so long ago, one of us approached the other person, and it turned out that the other person felt the same way. So, if we hadn't have done that, if we hadn't have, been afraid to, ruin the friendship or whatnot, we wouldn't have been, we've been together for, it'll be 11 years this April, and so it was a situation, it did work out. And I think there are people that, no, not everybody, because in all sorts of different cases, in some cases that people get together, and in some cases it ruins the friendships, but there are also, and I know for a fact of other friendships, that one person has approached the other person has said, no, I'm not comfortable, and then it's been let go, and, the friendship still remains because they know where they stand. So, yeah, so that's just kind of my 2 cents worth anyways. It was a bit too long to put in the comment section, so I thought I'd make a video. But congratulations on getting married. That's really exciting. Yeah, so that's about it. I hope you're doing well, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.